This is Jazz Haven, broadcasting live from the studios in downtown New Haven, Connecticut, at WNHHLP, on the web at newhavenindependent.org, and the jazz station WETFLP, South Bend, Indiana, streaming at jazzradio.wetf.org. You were Stan, the man with the jazz.
you We'll build a home on a hilltop high, you and I, shiny and new, a cottage that two can fill, and we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. Someday we may be adding a thing or two, a wing or two. We will make changes as any family will, but we will always be called the folks who live on the hill. Our veranda will command a view of meadows green, the sort of view that seems to want to be seen. And when the kids grow up and leave us, we'll sit and look at the same old view, just we two, Darby and Joan, who used to be Jack and Jill, the folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the
heard the voice of our Grammy Award winner, Nicole Zaritis. And that's off recording from tenor saxophonist Javon Jackson. Javon and Nikki go to the movies. The Folks Who Live on the Hill. Jeremy Menasia there on the piano, David Williams bass, McClinty Hunter on the drums. And we started Jazz Haven with alto saxophonist Sarah Hanahan from her latest Among Giants. And we heard her composition NATO with Mark Carey there on the piano, Nat Reeves bass, Jeff Tane Watts on the drums, and the percussionist was Bobby Allende. Coming up today on Jazz Haven, we've got the JH Jazz Calendar. We got new music from Ella, Artemis, Scott Hamilton. But first, there's a new number one. And this band has been together for 50 years. Yellow Jackets, fasten up. That's new music from the Ben Patterson Trio. Ben Patterson and his trio. And Patterson is there on the piano, Neil Miner on the bass, Aaron Seaboard on the drums. And name of the release is Cooking in the Couve. And if you're not hip to the lingo, the Couve is Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. That's where that was recorded. It's on the Cellar Music label. And name of the tune was North Pond Stroll. That's a Patterson composition. And we opened up that set with the #1 jazz recording in the U.S. and Canada, Yellow Jackets, from their latest release, Fasten Up. We heard Bob Mentzer's composition, Swingmeister General. And Bob Mentzer is there on the tenor sax, Russell Ferrenti, piano and keys, Dane Alderson, electric bass, and Will Kennedy on the drums. The Jazz Haven Jazz Calendar is a quick rundown of some of the jazz in the area this week. It's Wednesday, March 19th, and each and every Wednesday at the Owl Shop Cigar Lounge and Bar in downtown New Haven, it's Kevin St. James and his band, and they're live from 9 until midnight. No cover. NMCC, no music cover charge. Jumping to Friday, March 21st. Join jazz historian and curator Frank Cochran at the Institute Library in downtown New Haven, beginning at 5:15 p.m. Bring your own munchies and drink to share and gain a unique listening experience. Usually the music is on vinyl. This time featuring modern pianists like Jackie Terrason, Kenny Kirkland, and Billy Childs. And unfortunately, these recordings were done during that 30-year period where everything was on a CD. The vinyl hadn't made its comeback yet, so it's worth checking out. Some great pianists there. It's free, open to the public, and donations are accepted to deter expenses. NMCC. And there's that spring concert series at Firehouse 12 in downtown New Haven this week, featuring trumpeter Adam O'Farrell and his quartet, Elephant. And there are always two shows, 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. You can get tickets online or at the box office. And this weekend, big weekend at Connecticut's premier jazz spot, the Side Door Jazz Club at the Old Lime Inn. It's a 3-day weekend. On Friday, March 21st, tenor saxophonist, PhD candidate at Yale University, Wes Lewis and his quartet. And that starts at 7 p.m. followed by a jam session at 8:15. So all musicians who want to perform on that side door stage, you need to be there. and the jam session lasts until 10 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday, beginning at 8, trumpeter Nicholas Payton and his trio, both nights. Show starts at 8 p.m. On Saturday, March 22nd, it's that historic jazz jam at Cafe 9, downtown New Haven, 4 to 7 p.m. All musicians are welcome to sit in after the first set. NMCC. And finally, on Monday, March 29th, it's Pat Todd's Tuxedo Junction. That 17-piece swinging big band at the VFW Hall in Guilford, beginning at 7 p.m. NMCC. That concludes the jazz calendar for the week. Go to jazzhaven.org for the complete calendar and updates. So check out some jazz this week. It's America's only original art form. This is Artemis.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, merci beaucoup, dear. Thank you. Thank you. I don't dare drink that. Somebody might think this is Dean Martin's sister.
It's yours? Put on the piano for you?
All right, thank you. Something new has been added to the act. That's what you get for working with Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to do some new things for you. Some reminiscing of some of the old tunes, and we hope you recognize some of them. Pack of all my cares and woe, here I go, singing low. Oh, bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he. Bye, 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 blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. I'm gonna pack my bag and like the light, I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, get lost, bye-bye. Ah, bird, fill my cares. Here I go, sing, sing, singing low. Bye, 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 blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, and so is he. You better believe it, he's sweet, so bird, get lost. No one here can love and understand me. I know what hard luck stories they all hang on me. So pack my bag and light the light, 'cause I love rockabilly very late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. One more chorus. But do 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 bum do 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 ba boo 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 be do be yeah do be do bo do do be do 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 ba do ba do 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 you be do do boo do be boo do do boo do do we didn't you? But no one here can love and understand me. For oh, what hard luck stories they all had me. I'm gonna pack my bag, I'm gonna light the light, 'cause I'll be arriving home late tonight. So blackbird, bye-bye. Throw all the suitcases away, and they're far away. I'm not coming home till the break of day. Hey baby, I found me a good one. So bye-bye, bye-bye, blackbird, bye-bye.
The First Lady of Song, Ella Fitzgerald, there from when she was in her prime back in 1967. That's a brand new release. Came out a few weeks ago, entitled The Moment of Truth. Ella at the Coliseum. It's on the Verve record label, and we heard Bye Bye Blackbird, Jimmy Jones piano, Bob Crenshaw bass, Sam Woodyard on the drums, and the Duke Ellington Orchestra. We started out that set with that all-female quintet, Artemis, from their latest release, Arboresque, on the Blue Note label. The Smile of a Snake was the name of that tune. Rini Rosnes on piano, Nicole Glover tenor sax, Ingrid Jensen trumpet, Noriko Ueda bass, Allison Miller on the drums. It's Jazz Haven, turning you on to that midweek jazz break, just when you need it. All day and all night, WETFLP, the jazz station, streaming at jazzradio.org, and WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio, 103.5 FM, and streaming at newhavenindependent.org. This is Scott Hamilton. That's the latest from tenor saxophonist Scott Hamilton of a recording called Looking Back. And he dedicates each tune on this recording to musicians he's either worked with in the past or really admired. The name of that tune was Big Tate, and it's dedicated to saxophonist Buddy Tate. We want to thank you for tuning in to Jazz Haven, broadcasting from our studios in downtown New Haven, Connecticut, streaming at newhavenindependent.org and the jazz station WETF LP, South Bend, Indiana, streaming at jazzradio.wetf.org. And we hope you've enjoyed the music. We had a great time playing it here. And we look forward to the next time when we'll see you on the radio. Taking us home this time is a brand new release from pianist Sullivan Fortner, with Peter Washington on the bass, Marcus Gilmore on the drums. And for your information, Marcus Gilmore is the grandson of the late great drummer Roy Haynes out of Boston. Title of Sullivan Fortner's recording is Southern Nights, and this is the title track.
Where do I go Thursday night if I want to laugh?
Lennon's Restaurant and Bar, of course. Head on down to Lennon's Restaurant and Bar, 2151 State Street, and that's in Hamden, Connecticut.
Every Thursday's comedy night.
Each and every Thursday. The comedy is free, but of course the